if we were ever under attack, I would use my wife as a human shield.
It's a bit of a tough adjustment in our house, but it's good. I mean, I have two other daughters, so my oldest is very into the baby, but my middle child, not so much.
My dad was just of that generation where it's just like, he was Clint Eastwood, less is more. Simple grunts is how he communicated.
Hey, fam! Ryan Reynolds has always been the undisputed king of Hollywood sarcasm. But this time, his signature humor might have finally backfired. Because according to shocking reports, Marvel and Disney have allegedly fired him. And the reason? A controversial Deadpool 3 joke that many believe was a direct shot at Justin Baldoni. That's right. It looks like Ryan Reynolds' long-running feud with Justin may have just cost him his most iconic role. Let's break it all down. For those who haven't been following this mess, Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni have been locked in a $400 million legal battle over the film adaptation of It Ends With Us. The lawsuit? An absolute circus filled with accusations of manipulation, power moves, and backstabbing. But somehow, Ryan Reynolds ended up right in the middle of it, and now it looks like his Deadpool antics may have just pushed things way too far. Ryan Reynolds just got hit with the biggest shock of his career. Marvel has allegedly fired him after Deadpool 3 sparked massive controversy. And the reason? A brutal joke that many believe was a direct dig at Justin Baldoni. So did Ryan's signature humor finally backfire, costing him his most iconic role? Let's get into it. Reports suggest that Deadpool 3 included a scene that seemed to take a direct shot at Justin Baldoni, hinting at his ongoing legal war with Blake Lively. For those out of the loop, Baldoni and Lively have been battling it out in a $400 million lawsuit over creative control of It Ends With Us, the massively anticipated film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel. And this lawsuit? It's turned into an absolute Hollywood spectacle. We're talking manipulation, betrayal, public accusations. It's messy. Now, the exact nature of the joke in Deadpool 3 hasn't been confirmed, but insiders are saying it was a thinly veiled dig at Baldoni. Some claim it was nothing more than a lighthearted inside joke that spiraled out of control. Others believe it was a deliberate attack meant to humiliate Baldoni on a global stage. Regardless of the intent, one thing is crystal clear. This joke blew up in a way no one expected. According to reports, there's a specific scene where Deadpool, true to his signature fourth wall-breaking humor, looks directly at the camera and delivers a snarky remark about a certain director. The line? Something along the lines of, "Oh, don't mind him. He's just dealing with a little legal trouble over a film no one asked for." Ouch. Now, Baldoni's name isn't explicitly mentioned. But the timing? The wording? It could not be more obvious. And the moment this leaked, social media went wild. Fans started picking apart the line, analyzing every word, trying to figure out just how intentional this dig really was. And the big question? Was this just another example of Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds? Or was it something deeper? Because let's not forget, Ryan is smart with his comedy. He knows how to slip in references that only certain people will catch. Could this have been his way of mocking the Baldoni-Lively lawsuit? Or was it a calculated industry move to discredit Baldoni in Hollywood? Now, here's where things get even messier. Some sources claim this wasn't just a random ad-lib from Ryan. The joke was allegedly included in multiple versions of the script, meaning this wasn't just a one-time joke that Ryan improvised on set. It was planned. And if that's true, then Marvel Studios and Disney definitely knew about it long before filming wrapped. This only fuels more speculation. Did they let it slide? Or did they genuinely not realize how controversial it would be? Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni has remained completely silent on the matter. Some think it's a strategic move. By not responding, he avoids making the situation even bigger. Others believe he's just waiting for the right moment to address the jab, especially if it starts affecting his reputation or future projects. And here's where things get really suspicious. The Baldoni-Lively lawsuit has already divided Hollywood, with actors, executives, and even major studios quietly choosing sides. Lively's claim? She was pressured into creative decisions she didn't support. Baldoni's defense? She was enthusiastic about the project until public backlash made her switch narratives. And then Disney dropped a bombshell move. They backed Justin Baldoni. They sent in their top legal team to support him against Blake Lively. And immediately, people were asking, why? Why would Disney, a company that never gets involved in personal disputes, suddenly pick a side in a lawsuit between two actors? The answer? It might have something to do with Disney's long-term plans. Rumors suggest Disney sees Baldoni as a potential long-term creative partner, someone they want to invest in. And if that's true, then any bad press against Baldoni could hurt Disney's own interests. And if Disney has already chosen to align itself with Baldoni, it makes perfect sense why they wouldn't be thrilled about a Deadpool movie, one of their biggest franchises, publicly mocking him. And that brings us right back to the Deadpool controversy. If this was just a throwaway joke, why is Marvel now in full-blown damage control mode? Insiders claim that Disney's top executives immediately ordered the joke to be removed from the film, fearing it would create massive backlash and damage Baldoni's growing reputation. But here's where things get even wilder. Some reports suggest that Ryan Reynolds himself was told to tone it down moving forward. Now, we all know Ryan. He's the king of pushing boundaries, especially with the Deadpool franchise. And he's never been one to hold back when it comes to mocking Hollywood drama. But if Disney executives are personally stepping in, that means this situation is way more serious than we thought. So, the real question now, did Ryan Reynolds just joke his way out of his biggest role? Marvel and Disney are now in an impossible position. Do they prioritize protecting their family-friendly brand, or do they stay loyal to Deadpool's unfiltered, irreverent humor? Either way, they're walking a very fine line, because right now, Deadpool 3 is at a crossroads. Will Marvel support Ryan Reynolds' creative choices? Or will they step in and censor parts of the movie to avoid backlash? And what about the fans? Will they embrace the film no matter what? Or will they feel betrayed if the final version feels watered down? One thing is clear. With the movie's release getting closer and closer, all eyes are on Disney and Marvel to see how they handle this growing controversy. Because let's be real, if Disney's sole focus is on protecting Justin Baldoni and keeping him happy, then they might double down on removing anything that could even remotely offend him. But if they go too far with the censorship, it could completely change what Deadpool is all about. And that would be a massive mistake. Fans are already worried that Disney is softening Deadpool's humor. If audiences feel like the film has been stripped of its edge just to avoid controversy, the backlash could be brutal. Because let's not forget, one of the main reasons Deadpool became a billion-dollar franchise? It never played by Hollywood's rules. It called out real-life celebrities. It mocked the industry. And it was bold enough to take risks that no other superhero film would. But now, with Disney policing the jokes, people are asking, where does it end? Will this mean that future Deadpool films will have to remove any joke that might offend someone in Hollywood? Will Marvel's most unpredictable R-rated character be forced to play it safe just to fit Disney's clean-cut image? That's the biggest fear right now. If Deadpool starts toning itself down just to keep industry power players happy, it could lose everything that made it a success in the first place. And for now, all we know is that Marvel has officially removed the joke, and they're doing everything they can to distance themselves from this mess. But here's the irony. Instead of fixing the problem, deleting the joke has only made things worse. Fans are now questioning, did Marvel act because they were truly concerned? Or were they pressured behind the scenes by powerful Hollywood figures? Figures who didn't like what Ryan was implying. And then there's Ryan Reynolds himself. Will he stay silent and accept Disney's changes? Or will he fight back against what people are now calling corporate censorship? Because let's be real, Ryan Reynolds has never been one to hold his tongue. He's been the driving force behind Deadpool's success, and he's never been afraid to push boundaries. So if he's angry about how Disney is handling this, we might see him speak out very soon. Meanwhile, Marvel is under huge pressure to keep things under control. The studio can't afford another PR disaster, especially with Deadpool 3 already facing massive delays and sky-high expectations. They need to find a way to reassure fans that Deadpool is still Deadpool, without offending those who wanted the joke removed. And then there's the biggest question of all. Could this controversy actually impact Ryan Reynolds' future with Marvel? If tensions between him and Disney keep escalating, is there a real possibility that Deadpool 3 could be his last appearance in the MCU? Now, it's unlikely that Marvel would completely cut ties with Ryan. He's made the franchise billions. But could they start limiting his creative control? Could they start phasing him out of future projects? Or, even worse, could they start thinking about recasting Deadpool in the long run? It sounds insane, but in Hollywood, nothing is impossible. What we do know, this situation is far from over. Fans, Hollywood insiders, and major studios are all watching closely, waiting to see how Disney, Marvel, and Ryan Reynolds handle the fallout. Because now, the battle lines are drawn, and the effects of this controversy, they might change the Deadpool franchise forever. So stay tuned, because in Hollywood, the drama is never over until the credits roll.